Hoot and holler, baby. I'm back, baby. Happy Monday, everybody. There we go. Y'all like the intro music? Specifically chosen today. I'm going to get a little off topic. You know, it's Monday. Here, let's just listen to the music a little. If you don't know, today marks 3 years since Chester Bennington died. I remember finding out. I was on my couch, and this is back, 3 years ago. So it was 3 summers ago. So I would have been going into 10th grade. Yeah, I would have been going in the 10th grade. And at this point, I don't really know much about music. I mean, I obviously know who Linkin Park is. Who doesn't know who Linkin Park is? I don't know, really who Linkin Park is. I know that they're, a legendary band, blah, 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 obviously. But, I don't know what the music means like I do now, 3 years later. When I heard, it's obviously sad, but, I didn't really know who he was. I just knew that he was, lead singer of Linkin Park, one of the biggest bands in the world. I mean, I'm not even a big fan of music at this point in my life, dude. But, everybody knows who Linkin Park is. Everybody knows who Linkin Park is. And looking back, I shouldn't say looking back, but looking to now, what the impact Chester Bennington had on not just music, not just rock music, not just hip-hop music, not just, Chester Bennington had an impact on every single aspect of life, dude. You turn on any rock radio station, you turn on any 2000 hits playlist, you turn on any, you turn on 2000s hip hop playlist, the Jay-Z Collision Course, dude. That's one of the best albums in the world. Chester Bennington could range anywhere. He was lead singer at Linkin Park for a little bit. Stone Temple Pilots. I think he did stuff with Audio Slave. Dude, he did everything. He could hit every single note. He could hit every single thing. And, it's just, it sucks when, someone's taken too soon. Especially a legend like Chester Bennington, man. And it hurts, 3 years later, and it still hurts, man. I'm bumping Linkin Park all day. Best Linkin Park songs, Waiting for the End and Paper Cut. If you want to get into some Linkin Park, I suggest those. But Linkin Park's one of those bands, dude, that a Linkin Park, they're obviously a rock band, but they can range anywhere to anywhere. The Catalyst, dude, that's a beautiful song. Iridescent is one of the most beautiful rock songs, I think, in the world. And then you got his heavy stuff, you got Paper Cut, One Step Closer, that's heavier, and then you've got the hip-hop stuff with Jay-Z, dude. That stuff is sick, dude. Mike Shinoda helped Chester Bennington become, they're not only rock legends, they kind of range in the hip-hop, too. Hold up. I'll pull some of this up, because it's insane how good it is. It just flows so good. Numb and Encore is the best one off this one. Oh, this is an ad. Hang on. It's just stuff like that, dude. Dude's a legend. Something, like I said, he ranges anywhere, dude. We miss you, Chester. We miss you, man. Shout out to Chester Bennington. Shout out to Linkin Park. I can't imagine how hard of a day this is for Mike Shinoda. And, let's hear it for all the dudes in Linkin Park. That was pretty long applause, but they all deserve it, man. They all deserve it. Anyway, hate to get off topic, but I had to start it off I love this podcast. I love Lincoln Park. I love Chester Bennington. Had to start off this podcast with tribute to Chester Bennington. Chester, we love you. We miss you. Anyway, here we go. Yeah. Happy Monday, everybody. It's obviously Underground Knee Monday, MMA Monday, baby. But, as you know, I like to, talk a little bit before just by myself, chillax a little bit. It was a good weekend. Finally got some rain. We were in a little drought, dude. It's getting bad. Grass looks bad, but hopefully it's get better. It poured yesterday, dude. It poured, man. I used to be so scared of rain because, I thought with rain came storms, and I was one of those kids who was like, if it would thunder outside, if there's thunder, if there's lightning, dude, I would go in the basement. I would crawl up in a ball, dude. I was horrified. Now I think they're kind of cool. It started pouring yesterday. I just went and looked at it. I just opened the door, checked it out, man. It's cool to look at. What else did I do? Oh yeah, man. Check this out. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to Vaughn and Brennan, man. The three of us did it. We're waiting on Andrew to do it, but check this out, Underground Knee Gang. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, baby. What do you guys think of that? Huh? What do you guys think of that? It's dirty, bro. I don't like when people call it a mullet though, cause I'm like a mullet's that's all country rednecks. I'm the least redneck person in the world, dude. I don't know anything. I know 3 country songs just cause my mom listens to it all the time. And I'm the biggest city boy, whenever we go fishing, dude. I'm wearing Ultra Boosts, high Nike socks, a Nike shirt, Reebok shorts. And then you got Pac and Brennan, they're wearing their fishing boots, some old gross jeans that they just go fishing in, and they've got it all down, man. You see me in white Ultra Boost, man. I don't make the cut, man. I don't make that country cut, but I like to call it a mullet. This is what Vaughn calls it too, so it ain't just me. A mullet mohawk. It's an actual thing. It's an actual thing, and this is what it is, dude. This is what it is. It's sick. It's sick, man. Absolutely sick. The boys looking good. The boys looking straight fire, dude. It's here for the boys, man. We're all looking straight fire, dude. The best 4 looking dudes in the 5'8" are all best friends. What do you guys think of that? Huh? What do you guys think of that? Imagine that. Imagine the 4 best looking dudes, and you're all best friends, man. Because that's what we got. Shout out to the 4 Shades, baby. Ow. Represent. Anyway, yeah, man. It was a good weekend. What'd I do? Vaughn's grad party. That was a good time. I love hanging out with the boys, man. I love seeing all his family, dude. He's got a little nephew who's that tall. His name's Bentley. It's the car. And his middle name's Miles. It's the car. Just cars everywhere, dude. Sweet name. And he's the coolest little dude, dude. He always just looks at me. He's got those in babies how they have those big eyes. He just looks at me, dude, and I just look at him back. He looks like Carlos from The Hangover, for being honest. And and I'm Zach we always compare ourselves to the guys from The Hangover, and I'm Zach Galifianakis because I'm the idiot. And he just looks at me, dude, and we just have a connection, but we can't physically make a connection because he can't talk, but our eyes just lock, and we just stare at each other for 3 seconds at a time, and then he starts playing with bubbles or something. But then, yeah, shout out to Bentley, shout out to the Petty family, love you guys. Yeah, but then so good little 2 grad parties on Saturday, and then after that was over, had some fights. We're repping the Fired Island shirt, baby. Send location. I wish I didn't buy this shirt because it says send location. That's Khabib's thing, and we all know my relationship with Khabib. Not my guy. Not my favorite fighter on the roster. I'll put it that way. But yeah, we got 3 down. 3 Fight Island cards are down. We got 1 more to go. We got Darren Till versus Robert Whittaker this weekend Saturday. That's good fight, man. That is a good fight, dude. I feel that's one of those fights where it can draw people who aren't even fans. Because if you're on Twitter at all, you see Darren Till's tweets. See, that dude is hilarious. Hilarious, dude. And then you have just one of the greatest all-around people. He's not even a great dude. I mean, he is. He is, don't get me wrong. But he's just a great person in general, dude. And in Robert Whittaker. He's a beautiful dude, you know. I mean, I'm not sure why he sat out. I'm not sure the exact reason. I heard it was something with his daughter. But just for him to even risk his career for that, you got to respect the dude. You got to respect the dude. I saw a video yesterday of him fighting for equality or something. Like, dude, the dude is a beast. The dude is a phenomenal human being, and he deserves it all. I don't know, though. I don't know. I think that Darren Till is going to be a little bit too big for him, just like Israel Adesanya was. Darren Till is a big 80. I should say because at 170, the dude was a huge 170 pounder. Now he's just he's a good size 185 pounder. I'm not really sure how big Robert Whittaker is. I know Darren Till's a big dude. I think Robert Whittaker's just a good sized dude. I think Darren Till's a big dude, and he hits hard. But at the same time, I feel like Robert Whittaker is better technically, and I think that it could be a fight like Yoel Romero where they just keep going back and forth. Like, obviously Yoel Romero is bigger than Robert Whittaker, but I think the question comes down to it is is Robert Whittaker going to be able to land those big shots? Sure, he just got knocked out by Izzy. Is he going to be a little skeptic going back? Darren Till's got all the momentum. He's got all the fans coming off a win against Gastelum. When was that? That was the New York November. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That was in New York, November. Sure, it's 8 months later, but still, whatever. So yeah, I'm pretty interested to see how that fight's gonna go down. I'm pretty pumped for that fight. But before we get into this week's card, we got to recap last week's, man. I didn't watch much of the card. I watched a little bit. I watched the Askarov fight. I watched a little bit of the JKC fight. I didn't watch the Gaslam fight, but I watched it after. And then I watched the main event. In the prelims, I know that Grant Dawson looked good. That dude's a beast. Joe Duffy got submitted in 2 minutes and then retired. He's a legend. Shout out to Joe Duffy. Good luck in retirement. Brett Johns beat. I think I saw some of that fight. Brett Johns defeat Montel Jackson. It's a good fight. 29-28, 29-20, 29 across all. Grant Dawson looks good. But yeah, let's get into the main card because that's what I actually watched. I'll be honest. I watched it. I didn't pay much attention. Askarov versus Alexandre Pantoja. I remember Pantoja from The Ultimate Fighter. That's why I, tuned in a little bit. But, it's one of those fights where, if Figueiredo, tested positive again, they thought it was a fluke. If he tested positive again, they're just going to throw Pantoja in against Joey B, which would have been a good fight, actually, looking back. But, Figueiredo is obviously all good, so, no worries. And Askarov, I thought Pantoja was going to handle him well, but Askarov came out looking good. He looked good, man. And he got the win over Pantoja. That's a good win. It's the thing about flyweights, dude. Like, this is the number 4. Wait, yeah. It was the number 4 and the number 7 flyweights. And you're like, who, man? Who? It's no disrespect to the flyweights, but it's like, it's just kind of, people aren't tuning into these fights. I think that the flyweights are awesome, dude. I love the flyweights, dude. I've been seeing a lot of things on Twitter lately where, like, flyweights are just as exciting as the heavyweights are, dude. Like, sure, the flyweights don't have the power that the heavyweights do, but they just got the speed and the agility. It's just, if you're, like, a technical fan and you like to watch, the striking, and you like to watch the speed and the combinations, then flyweights for you, man, because, it's these dudes who are just coming in there and you blink and they throw 6 shots, then they slip, and then they, throw a head kick. And, like, the only thing is they're obviously smaller dudes, there's not a lot of power there, but hey, that's for some people it's for them, some people it's not. I never used to be a fan of flyweights, but, recently I've been becoming a bigger fan just because, I'm trying to keep that division alive. I love that division. I shouldn't say I love the division, but I love a lot of the guys, I like Brandon Royval. Tim Elliott's good. Brandon Moreno, number 16 seed in the Ultimate Fighter, and now he's number 3 in the UFC flyweight rankings. Unreal. Pantoja's from the Ultimate Fighter. If you're on the Ultimate Fighter and now you're there, you're a beast. And then my favorite flyweight is Kai Kara France. I love that dude since the Ultimate Fighter. When the Ultimate Fighter started, that was my guy to win. He obviously didn't, but eventually got his contract, and he's looked good. He's looked good so far. Good for him. Who else is in it? Joe B. And then Figueiredo. I'll get into him in a minute, but that's some good. That's a good division. Ariana Lipski. I think that she's the one. She's like the queen of violence. She had that knee bar, dude. That was insane, dude. Carolina was screaming, dude. She was like tap 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 tap. No, that looked painful. That was violent. If you're a fan of violence, then that was violent. Violent. I think her name's like Queen of Violence, isn't it? I don't feel like looking it up, but I think it is. But she looks good. Like to see her back soon, especially if they're quick. No, dude, imagine flying. What is it? At least from Vegas, it's 15 hours. Imagine flying 15 hours to Abu Dhabi, cutting all the weight, and losing in a minute 28 seconds. And you probably only made like 20 grand, maybe, if you're lucky, for that fight. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. Check out my interviews with Gray Maynard and Ian McCall if you want to hear more about fighters' pay. But, that's a different story for a different date. We ain't going to get into that. But Lipski looks good. See her back soon. This was a fight that, I've never been high on Mark Casey. He's one of those dudes he is fun to watch. He's explosive to watch. But I think that his explosiveness, is kind of wearing out. Sure, he was on a 3-fight losing streak, came back, got 2 in a row. And then they gave him this, Rafael Fiziev. People are like, who? But that dude is from the Matrix, dude. That dude is from the Matrix. That dude's a beast. Got performance of the night. He deserves that wholeheartedly. I want to see that dude back ASAP. I want that guy back. That dude looks good. Especially, to give him a name like Mark Casey, and for him to go out and have a performance like that, that's a good win. That's a good win. He can build off that win and set him up for some good stuff in life, dude. That dude looked good. And then we'll get into the main, co-main, and the main, because I feel like I can talk a lot about these. Jack Hermanson beat Gaslam. I didn't expect that. I'm not a big Gaslam fan by any means. Never have been. Probably never will be. And I expected Gaslam to have a field day. That's another thing, though. It's another thing to think about, dude. Like, you fly 15 hours to fight, and you lose in a minute and 18 seconds. Come on. It sucks. I feel bad, if we're being honest. But, Jack, that was a beautiful heel hook. I did not expect that in the slightest. I wanted Hermanson to win, don't get me wrong, but I just expected Gaslam to, have a little bit more experience against top-level competition. No, dude, how do you have the fight of the year with the greatest 185-pounder and then get tapped by Jack Hermanson in a minute and 18 seconds? No disrespect to Hermanson. It's just I feel like there's levels to the game. But this sets up a weird standstill in the middle of the middleweight division. Because now you got Israel Adesanya and Paulo Costa. That's signed, done, deal. Adesanya is going to put in work, dude. Paulo Costa's an overrated fighter in the 85 division. He's big. So is Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero's what? Lost 3 of his last 4? Just telling you. Adesanya's going to have a field day. Easier win than Rob. No disrespect to Rob. But hey. Just know. But it sets up a weird standstill. And you got Robert Whittaker, Darren Till. Winner of that is getting the next title shot. 100%. Especially if Robert Whittaker wins, maybe not. But if Darren Till wins, UFC's definitely giving him a title shot. Because there's no way you can go from 1 to 3? Like, no. If you beat the one contender, even though he's not getting a shot, if you beat the one contender, you're getting the dude next. If Robert Whittaker wins, I could maybe see him doing him versus Jared Cannonier again for the belt, or for the win, or to fight Adesanya or Paulo Costa if he gets lucky. But, you got Robert Whittaker, Darren Till this week. You got Yoel Romero versus Uriah Hall soon. And then you got Jared Cannonier, who's, recovering. And then you got Kelvin Gastelum at the bottom. And so you look at it, and you're like, okay, what does Gastelum do? Because he obviously, he lost to Till. Yoel Romero's booked. Costa's booked. Whitaker's booked. Darren Till's booked. Hermanson just beat him. You wait and give him Cannonier? Like, I don't think that's a... Like, I don't know if that would make sense. I think that Jared Cannonier should wait and then potentially try and make a reason to fight Israel Adesanya or to fight, Paulo Costa if he wins. I think that Jared Cannonier should wait it out and try and get a vie for the belt next. Do I think he'll get it? I don't know if he's a draw yet, but you can't match him up with Hermanson. You can't. Next for Hermanson's gotta be the loser of Till and Whitaker. It has to be. Because he's in a weird standstill. He can't fight Jared Cannonier. He just lost. That was like a year ago around right now? So you can't give him Jared Cannonier. I guess you could maybe give him Yoel Romero if he gets past Uriah Hall, which I think he will pretty easily. But that division's weird right now. It's weird. And then Gaslam, what are you going to do? Give him Derek Brunson? I feel like that's a way step down in competition. Like, Gaslam's he's obviously hung up there with the best, dude. He fought Israel Adesanya and had the fight of the year. Not in my eyes. I thought Dustin Poirier versus Max Holloway was better. But, that's a fight that was heavily contested, but then the champ took it. So I say the winner of Whitaker Till fights the winner of Costa Adesanya, and then Jared Cannonier waits, and then Hermanson fights Yoel Romero if he can get by Uriah Hall. Because Hermanson ain't getting a title shot, dude. That's not a draw at all. Not at all. Will he ever be? I don't know. I don't really know if he'll ever be a draw, to be honest. Because, I don't know. Who's going to fight? Yoel Romero? Yeah, I mean, I guess that fight will sell. But, him versus... He already lost to Cannonier. You can't do that again. So that's a weird standstill, man. I'm telling you. Weird standstill. Anyway, and then you get the main event. Davison Figueiredo and Joseph Benavidez. A little bit... It was a beautiful, flawless performance for Figueiredo. I feel like a lot of people expected it. I don't know if people expected it to be that what's the word? That bad. That's the only thing I can think of. I don't think people expected it to be that bad. But no, Figueiredo looks good, dude. He looks good, dude. Really, really, really good. Who's going to beat him at 125? I don't know. I guess give him Brandon Moreno next, just because, and have that headline a cable card or a co-main event for a pay-per-view. But that is a scary 125 champ, dude. This could be Mighty Mouse too, because you got Figueiredo. He's a beast, dude. He's quick. He hits hard, and if you want to match him up with somebody who could take his belt, give him Moreno. Somebody who does the exact same fight back. Aggressive, quick, and let's see. I think Figueiredo destroys him personally. But if you want the best fight, that's going to be your best option. Besides that, dude, Cody Garbrandt said that he can make 125. I would love to see him go down and fight Figueiredo, dude. That would be a good fight. For one reason. They both hit hard, and they're both fun to watch. I guess that's two reasons, actually. But they both fight the same, and I think that could be a great fight down the road. Will it happen? I don't know. If Garbrandt fights Moraes and loses, I don't see him staying at 35. I see him going down to 25, being like, a Figueiredo, let's do this. And Figueiredo wants a payday. Him versus Garbrandt will be the biggest payday that flyweight can make. If you want flyweight to make money, you do Figueiredo versus Garbrandt. Besides that, there's no fights. Well, what's going to sell? Davison Figueiredo versus Brandon Moreno? People listening is probably like, who's Brandon Moreno? I mean, I know who he is. I think he's a beast. But I feel like the normal person doesn't. So, Cody Garbrandt I should say he's a superstar, but for bantamweight, he's probably the biggest star. Yeah, never mind. He is the biggest star. He's the biggest star at 135 right now. And, for him to go down to 25, business at 25 against these smaller dudes, And then he gets his record padded, goes up to bantamweight with confidence, more experience. Not that he needs the experience, but no, he goes back up to bantamweight with more experience, handles business there. He'll be he'll be a double champ. 125, 135. He'll be the next Henry Cejudo, just a little less cringy. And then for Joe B, love the dude. How can you not? But hey, hang it up, dude. Hang it up, man. You've got a beautiful wife. You can do commentary. You can work for the UFC. We just don't want to see you in there anymore, man. With all due respect, you're a legend of the game, Joe B. But it's time to hang it up, man. It's time to hang it up. I don't want him to hang it up, but it's time, man. Sometimes you can just see it in their eyes. And it's time. He's 35, and I don't know, man. I think that he should be done. I think he should be done. Like, yeah, he's really good. But I just don't know if, he's fought a lot of these dudes. And I don't know if that's going to, do anything. Is he just going to, is he just going to, keep fighting these dudes and then get title shots and lose? Like, he's never going to reach the top. No, I think last fight, if it wasn't for Figueiredo missing weight, he wouldn't have gotten another title shot ever, probably. But hey, UFC does what they're going to do. Joe B does what he's going to do. He's got a beautiful wife. I just go home, and just work for the UFC. Don't have to have the stress of having the fight, having the camp, Just, go there, do your work, be done. So yeah, good card this week, or good card last week, I should say. And yeah, one more fight and fight. Bellator's back. Ricky Bandejas, the dude who beat James Gallagher, the GOAT of Bellator, is back on Friday. Aaron Pico's on the card too? Oh my god, dude. Aaron Pico's on this card, dude. That's a good card already. Sergio Pettis making his Bellator debut too. Just tune in, man. This is going to be a good one. Going to be a good one. I love Bellator. I love what they're doing. Bellator pays the fighters good. I've never heard, if people love, how can you not love Scott Coker, dude? Bellator's looking good, dude. Glad to see them back in the game. Sports coming back. Baseball's coming back this week. Sports coming back. Then, UFC, obviously, you got a good card this week. Robert Whittaker, Darren Till's the main event. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know to watch this card. Gustafson's making his heavyweight debut against Fabricio. Should be easy business for him, in my mind. And then you got Shogun versus Big Nog. The third one, it should just be the retirement bout. Who can retire on top, who's going to retire a loser. And then you got Alex Oliveira, Peter Sabata. I saw Alex Oliveira fight in my personally second favorite fight of all time. Second favorite fight of all time, which was Alex Oliveira versus Yancy Medeiros. I'm watching it live. I'm like, this is fight of the night. Justin Gaethje came with Eddie Alvarez, stole it that night. I will say it to the day I die. That was the fight of the night. That was the fight of the year. UFC 218 was the greatest card of the year. Just think about it. You had knockout of the year, Francis Ngannou over Overeem. You had fight of the year, even though not in my mind, Justin Gaethje versus Eddie Alvarez. And you had Alex Oliveira versus Yancy Medeiros, which was a war. I thought it was fight of the night, fight of the year. Then you got Paul Felder's on the undercard, dude. Henry Cejudo's on that card. Dominic Reyes was on the Fight Pass prelims, dude. Insane. You got Paul Craig on this card. Carlos Esparza's on this card. This is a good card. This is the second best card. And Khamzat Chimaev, however you say his name, is coming back fighting Reese McKee. That dude is a beast, dude. That dude looks good. I am so excited to see this dude. This dude can be a superstar. This dude can be a star. He's going to be good. And, dude, this is the first fight of the night. It's the best fight of the night. The prospect, Nathaniel Woods, coming back. First fight since John Dodson, baby. I'm pumped. 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 See Nathaniel Wood back. And, I don't see why he shouldn't be. This dude's going to be a problem at 135. Sure, he lost to Dodson. Dodson's the legend. He's getting there, man. He just got signed. That was, his third UFC fight. He's going to be his fourth. He's going to handle John Castaneda. That's how you say his name. And I'm pumped. Pumped. Pumped to see Nathaniel Wood back in action, baby. Danny Wood's a beast. What else is going on? Paulo Costa versus Israel Adesanya is a done deal. September 19th or something like that. UFC 253, Abu Dhabi or Vegas. They said. I've already given my input on it, man. I think Adesanya handles business. I don't want to say it's the Romero fight, but it ain't gonna be an exciting fight. It's gonna be one of those it's gonna be contradictory to me because I hate when Kamaru does it, but Izzy's gonna have to do what he has to do to win the belt. Is it gonna be fun to watch? Am I excited to see that fight? No, but it's the same thing. I'm not a fan of it, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do to retain the belt. You gotta do what you gotta do to make all that money, dude. And if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. Do it up. I'm not a fan of those, like Kamaru, Usman, Khabib, but if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. That's what you gotta do to support the family. Then you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it then. Whatever. Do whatever you want. What else? Jeez. Trying to think off the top of my head. What else is back? Yeah, man. Henry Cejudo saw Mike Perry. That was funny. Mike Perry's a beast. Henry Cejudo's a beast. I hope Cejudo gets Volkanovski next. I know it sounds weird, but I think that Cejudo will beat Volkanovski. That's the weird part, too. That's another weird part. I think he beats Volkanovski quite easily. Quite easily. And then, when he gets to Cejudo, people like Max Holloway, I don't know if he wins that. But, I think he can beat Volkanovski. Volkanovski's a small dude. And I think that Cejudo's good. I think that his whole gimmick is taken away from the fact, has taken people off of the fact that he is a good fighter, dude. He's a good fighter. He's one of the greatest of all time. And I love to see that. Love to see that. I don't care what anybody says. I'm pumped for that. I don't know, man. I think that's all we got. Oh, yeah. I had my first 2 amateur boxing matches. 2-0. Yep. No, dude. I learned that I'm a counterpuncher, man. I would throw 2 jabs, get my distance. They'd come in with a power hook. I'd slip left. I'd go left hook. Then their heads this way. I'd go uppercut, jab, left hook again, dude. I just do the counter against Eddie Alvarez performance, dude. That's all he did. Slip left hook, uppercut, left hook again, puts him away. And that's what I do, man. I work on my Conor McGregor combos a lot. That's how I know. I watch his fights a lot, if you couldn't tell. But that's all we got for today, man. Thank you guys for listening. I'll be back tomorrow, I think, with Dakota. Love to do that one. And I'm pumped to do it. Leave for school in 4 weeks. Sick. 3.5 actually. Jeez, I'm scared. Anyway, so we got for today. I'll see you guys. I'll see Underground MMA or I'll see Underground 4 fans tomorrow, and I'll see Underground Knee fans next week, baby. Enjoy the fights this weekend. I got Darren Till taking it. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.